This episode is in collaboration with James Mole's Running Coaching. James has been coaching experienced runners and those getting into running for over 7 years. From weekly and monthly planning sessions, advice on nutrition and race day prep, as well as strength and conditioning sessions. James offers a range of services to help support you to be the best runner you can be. For more information, visit James Mole's Running Coaching on socials.
Welcome to episode 132 of the Local Runners Podcast. The podcast by runners for runners. And we're your hosts. I'm Dave Norman.
I'm Callum Parkinson.
I'm Katie Kay.
I'm Sean Warburton.
So just to give a bit of an overview of the sponsor, so we've mentioned about James Mole's Running Coaching. He helped Katie at Berlin Marathon last year, and he's been helping me since October really, on the build up to Manchester Marathon. So just to give like my feedback on how well it's been with James, I think I've said it over the last 3-4 months that my training has completely changed. I started to introduce the longer sessions with the help of James on the Sunday long runs instead of doing it as just time on feet. I found that before I actually went into getting a coach like James, I was quite controlling of my training, so I needed to know what I was doing week in, week out, but for like a good amount of weeks. So actually doing it where I'm getting week on week information and then tailoring it that way, James really helped. He's coached quite a few athletes and lots of them have been successful in getting PBs. Unfortunately, I didn't get a PB in Manchester, but that wasn't down to anything to do with the training from James. So like I said, just if you want to have a chat with him and get involved and you're after a coach with a great vast knowledge, get in touch with James.
Yeah.
Would you go down the coaching route again?
Yeah, I think I would. I don't think I'd do it for a 10k or lower. I think for a half, I think I'd do it. But I think for the 10k or lower, I think I'd be able to manage that a little bit better. I think, just personally.
I think that's where I would need more help actually at them distances.
Yeah. But there's so many good things that you can take out of the coach. Like one thing, as soon as I think I got a session a couple of weeks ago, and I turned around to James and went, I don't think I can hit that speed, that pace for that session. So can we just kind of tailor it a little bit? And we bounced ideas off. Yeah. And it's so much better to do that rather than, because James knows everything that I've been training up to this point, and then for him to actually say, well, actually, because your training the other week was you were hitting that pace at 200 metres shorter. So, yeah, it's good to do.
We spoke a lot about it, and I think what a coach gives you, it gives you accountability.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
And it can also give you reassurance that you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Because, when you're doing your own thing and you get to the taper phase, it's quite normal to question a lot of things. And I think where a coach can really be useful is to reassure you that you are in a good place.
I'm in that situation now. It takes the stress. This is the most relaxed I've been in a taper. Similar to Valencia, but more so this time because
when you're facing someone else,
coach just rationalises everything.
Yeah. Whereas normally you're thinking, maybe I should just go out and get an extra session in this week just to sharpen up.
Yeah.
Like some Yasso 800 or something.
That's never a good idea, Sean. We know that. Okay, so I've been asked to give a bit of a shout out. So Kevin Hutchins of Brighton Road Runners messaged us, asked us to give a shout out to Trish Callan, his clubmate from Brighton Road Runners. So Trish completed an FKT of the Greater Manchester Ringway, set off on Friday morning, 27th of March, went through 3 nights, finished on Monday afternoon, completing 199.78 miles in 3 days, 10 hours, 34 minutes, becoming the first female to complete the whole route. So that's fab, innit? But that would annoy me though, 199.78, wouldn't you round it up?
Fastest known time, that.
It is, because she got support from Colin Green, didn't she? On the route as well, yeah.
So it's just like a route or a segment or something, and it gets the fastest on time,
But well done, Trish.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, it's me, Muscle Running Club's new Finding Your Feet course starts Wednesday the 13th of May at 8:15. So what this is, it's a 9-week...
6:15, Sean.
Oh yeah, 18:15 to be precise. Yeah, I just
military time.
That'd be quite harsh, wouldn't it? 8:15 in the morning for your first day. Quite intimidating. So it's a 9-week start to run course, and it's only a tenner, which is really good, isn't it? Always really popular and supportive. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, if you're thinking about getting into running, then why not give them a shout? So you can email them at info@mosleyrunningclub.com, or just message them on the socials and find out a bit more about it.
And sticking with local running clubs, just need to make sure that we let everyone know about the Black Knight Charge, that will be hosted by us and East Cheshire Harriers. And then you've also got Stride Through the Woods and Millbrook Monster by Hyde Village Striders as well. So Stride Through the Woods is in early May, I think the 13th. So yeah, get signed up and start supporting them local races. So race reviews are brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. So the team have been using Precision Fuel and Hydration and fueling the long runs and recovery. So I used them for Manchester Marathon this weekend and in my training all the way up to it. So I've tried out the chews as well.
Well, I like those chews.
Yeah,
they're nice, aren't they?
Really nice.
They are good.
I like the mint ones.
Yeah.
Reminded me of we said the same because Claire tried it. Reminded us of Turkish Delight.
I exactly thought
I
that,
thought the same. They're like a treat, aren't they?
Yeah. Just for clarity, that's a chocolate bar, if anyone's wondering.
Okay.
Turkish Delight without chocolate.
So we've been using them. So I've been using the electrolytes as well. I use them all the way in the lead up to the marathon, and then I use the gels on the marathon. And we'll get onto that a little bit later on. So if you fancy 15% off your order, use code LRP26 to get some money off. So Carl Hardman gave us this review for the Halifax 10K. He said that it was a superbly organised, well-supported club race, boasting a fantastic atmosphere from the outset. The marquee-style start added to the sense of the occasion, with a strong club feel throughout. The course itself was relatively flat and quick, opening 2k, led out towards a short incline up Wakefield Road, where the runners were greeted by a brass band at the top, which was a great morale boost. From there, the route continued to the first turnaround point, around 4 to 5k markers, before heading back out again to the second turnaround at 8k. The final stretch offered a slightly downhill run, making it for a fast finish over the last couple of kilometres. Conditions were nothing short of brutal, he said. Runners faced relentless rain, hail, strong winds, and it didn't stop Harry Johnson from breaking their 30-minute barrier with an outstanding performance given the weather. The women's race was equally impressive, with the first 3 finishers all placing within the top 10, an incredibly strong showing. All in all, it's a brilliant club race and one to add to the calendar, with prize money for the top 3 ranging from 250 quid to 100 quid, as well as veteran and team prizes, plus an Easter egg and a cookie waiting at the finish line. There we go, get booked on. It's an event that delivers both competitively and in spirit. So thank you, Carl, for that review. So men's results were Harry Johnson of Salford Harriers, 29.59. Second was Jack Cummins of Ilkley Harriers in 32.21. And Carl Hardman was third for Salford Harriers in 32.41. In the women's race, it was Jemima Elgood in 33.42, Laura Hesketh of Clayton Harriers, 34.21, and Helena Haig from Holmfirth Harriers in 36.27. All the H's.
I know, yeah. Then we had the Halifax Urban Trail race that was run by some of our ambassadors, James Hartshorne, Cara Taylor and Rachel Horrocks. The organisers contacted us and offered us some spaces for the team, so that was nice, and the ambassadors went along and gave us this review. So Halifax Urban Trail review took place on Easter Monday, which was a lovely sunny day over in Yorkshire. This type of race is really popular in France apparently, and it looks like it could take off here as this one sold out and had a waiting list. So it started in Shibden Park, they climbed up to Shibden Hall, heading through a dark corridor up a spiral staircase before looping back into the park. It looked good on the videos, didn't it? From there it was straight onto the trails, over 800 feet of elevation in just 2 miles, before a fast technical descent into the town centre. The route took us through some incredible locations: Halifax Minster, complete with chariots of fire and cheers from the vicar, the Peace Hall buzzing with support, the indoor market, and the town hall with live piano music. And then came Dean Clough Mill, with its seemingly endless staircase, plenty of steep hills and a lot of stairs. So the 3 ambassadors were there and they all gave it rave reviews. So the first men's finishers were Dave Kearney of Manchester YMCA Harriers in first place, 42.40. Second place, Dom Leckie of Todmorden Harriers in 43.30. Third place, Adam Breaks of Calder Valley Fell Runners in 46.38. And for the women, it was Olivia Francis of Bingley Harriers and AC in 49.02. Second place, Hannah Speakman, unattached, 54.23. And in third place, our very own Ambassador Cara Taylor of Mosley Running Club in 57.02. So special mentions, Christopher Heaton of Alderman Royton in 48.56. Obviously James, our Ambassador, also of East Cheshire Harriers, 49.54. Jonathan Oust, also of East Cheshire Harriers, 51.19. And again, Rachel Horrocks, our Ambassador and Hyde Village Striders runner, 129.32.
The National Road Relays took place at Sutton Park on Saturday the 11th of April. The strongest road running clubs in the UK lined up in this prestigious event, with teams qualifying from each of the regional relays. First up was the women's 6-stage relay, and Trafford and Salford got off to a great start, with Bethany Reid of Trafford winning the first leg and Salford's Sinead Bent second. Bethany's time of 18.24 was the 4th fastest time of the day, while Sinead also made the top 10 fastest legs. Unfortunately, Salford and Trafford both had incomplete teams. Belgrave Harriers ran out convincing winners over Northern champions Leeds City. The highest placed local club was Bury AC in 15th, the second Northern club to finish behind runners-up Leeds City. The results were as follows: Belgrave Harriers in 1:52.55, Leeds City second in 1:53.31, and it was Thames Valley Harriers who took third in 1:55.21. In the men's 12-stage road relay, there was also a local winner on the opening stage, with Harry Johnson of Salford Harriers having a fantastic run to take first place. Salford surprised many of the top national clubs by leading the race until stage 9 and recorded their best finish since 2004 to place 5th amongst the top clubs in the UK. The results of the men's relay were as follows: Bristol and West were the eventual winners in 3 hours 16 and 49. It was Tunbridge AC who took second in 3:17.26, ahead of Cambridge and Coleridge in third with 3:18.14. Local results: Salford Harriers with that fine 5th place finish, Bury AC in 42nd, and it's worth noting this was the first time that Bury have been represented in both the men's and women's national relay on the same day. And the only other club to be represented locally was East Cheshire Harriers in 47th place. So some great results there from the local clubs, but yeah, a bit thin on the ground unfortunately with the local clubs in both relays this year.
Just looking up Manchester Marathon, because the results don't have the clubs on, do they?
No, it's quite frustrating, so I might be able to help you out with some of them. Yeah. The winner was from France, so I can help you out there, sure?
Yeah, well, so obviously it was yesterday, so it's all fresh in our mind, but we don't know that information. So it was a record event, wasn't it? 42,000 people took to the streets. Weather did look perfect.
It was.
Yeah,
it was
I don't think you could ask for much more than that on a marathon, can you really? I mean, you two will talk about the race a bit more yourselves in a moment, but in terms of the men's results, first place went to French athlete Johan Lidov, 2:15.18.
Yep.
William Strangeway, 2:15.42.
Of Lincoln Wellington AC, it was a club record.
And do you know what? He came from quite far back. He was catching up.
He was catching very quickly,
yeah. And then Charlie Brisley, who led the race for most of the way in 2:16.04.
Yeah, Newham and Essex Beagles, Charlie.
Nice one, Dave. Knowledge is the bomb.
I can't promise to be as good with the women.
Well, Naomi Robinson has run the race before, hasn't she? 2:36.57.
She has. And what was astonishing about Naomi was it was only, I think, 2 weeks after the race that Dave Barrett ran, and
she ran that.
Yeah.
Blind.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
really?
that's some turnaround.
Puts that
in a short space of time.
Yeah.
I don't know which club she's from, but I know you're runner-up from Leeds City.
Heather Townsend,
2:37.42
in second place, and then completing the podium in third, Louise Flynn, 2:44.23.
I can't help you out on that one. I'll let you down.
But good running across, and we've got obviously a lot of local shows, haven't we?
Yeah, shows would be here all day.
So I'll quickly try and run through them. So Wayne Cunningham, 3:28.49 PB from Charlton Runners, been trying to get sub 3:30 for a while. Craig Thomas, 3:43 first marathon. Aaron Barker, 3:33.11 PB from Rosendale Harriers.
I think it was 2:33.11.
2:33.11, sorry, I can't read.
You've done him out of an hour.
Yeah. Ros Webster from Charlton Runners, 3:56.21 PB. A personal worst via a trip to the Pain Cave. So sorry that said PB there. Matthew Stefan, 3:53, and then from the Facebook one we've got just waiting for it to load. I did have it up, ready, waiting. There we go. Nick Cuthbert, Hyde Village Striders, 3:55.56 PB. Daz Ravencroft, 51 years old, first time marathon, 4:10.12 he ran. Bill Allwood, 6th marathon, 3 hours 59. Aaron or Aaron Squire, 2:45.58 PB, no club at the moment, but an 8-minute PB. It looked really good on the start as well.
8 minutes.
Andrew Partington, 5 hours 50 and a PB, had heart surgery 5 times, suffered a stroke 18 months ago at 48 years old. Not bad effort, so that's fantastic. Anna Genders, from no club, 3:38.19 PB. Craig Simpson of Alderman Royton, 4:43.28. Only been running up just over a year. Stevie Walker, Hyde Village Striders, 3 hours and 54 seconds, 9-minute PB.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
Great run.
And still more to come.
Yeah.
I was with him at the finish, he wasn't even out of breath.
Shout out to Wrighton Road Runners for volunteering and supplying water at mile 21. Maisie Wainwright, Wrighton Road Runners, 3:13.39 PB. Andy Wood, Bellevue Racers, just under 5 hours PB. Are a thing of the history for me. They don't mention PB if it's not a PB. I keep reading it wrong. Sharon Woods, Hyde Village Striders, 4 hours 31.39, a 90-minute PB.
90?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's that's well deserved that as well. She's worked hard to.
Laura Blythen of Mosley Running Club, 4:13.47 PB. Mike Stubbs of Hyde Village Striders, 2:56.42 PB. Angie Hart of Alderman Royton, 4:03.19. Tony Coyne of Bellevue Racers, 2:45.17, taking over 4 minutes off from Frankfurt, and that's PB. Mark Bowser of Stockport Harriers and Local Runners Podcast Ambassador, 3:43.57, second fastest marathon out of 10, it was just over a minute off his PB. Mike Burks of Altrincham, 2:34.03, 19-minute PB. Donna Martin of Winston Runners, first marathon, 4:36.57, from a very proud husband, Darren Martin. And Dan Gibbons of HRC, first marathon, 3:47.47. Adam Sterling of Wrighton Road Runners, 4:17.31, season's best. Steve Daniels, a previous guest, Hyde Running Community and Twisted Running, 4:22.56, and he got a PB, just he says, but PB's a PB. Holly Francis of Dragons Running Club, 3:57.22, that was a PB. Debbie Price of Clarence Runners, 4:46.55, a PB, knocking a whopping 1 hour and 13 minutes off last year's time. Matthew, I'm out of breath here. Matthew Williams.
Have a precision.
Yeah. First marathon, 3:14.46. Phil Wilcoxon of Bellevue Racers, 3:40.53, 41 minutes PB. Marianne McCloy of Offerton, 4:30:07, 30-minute PB. Claire Guire of Dragons Running Club, PB of 4 hours and 4 minutes. Martin Cassidy of Sale Dragons, 4:28:21. Teresa Taylor Kay of Ramsbottom Running Club, 4:46:41. Jem Bennett of Dragons Running Club, 3:49:38. And Rory Robertson of Eden Runners, 3:29:04. And I just want to give a shout to Alex Stones, who had an absolute stormer yesterday. He ran 2:47:29. He did. He absolutely flew past me.
Really quite even as well across the
He's gone really well.
Did you mention Alfie Bundy then?
No, I didn't.
Because I think
3 hours 4.
3:03 something, wasn't it? Yeah, it's good effort that for a first marathon at that age, isn't it?
Unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned Matt Dickinson as well, because he had a really
Matt
good
had a good run.
Yeah, he did 2:48.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
mixture, weren't they? Good,
so
some
many
good runs and.
It's just the marathon, isn't it?
That's the nature of the beast, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Should we do ours then now?
Yeah, shall we talk ours and then these can talk theirs? Do
you want to go? Go on then.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for the bad news first. So yeah, when I was buzzing all week, tapered down really nicely. I was taking the electrolytes that we got from Precision. Started to carb up on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Felt like everything was going really well. On Sunday morning, me, Katie, Helen and Matt got a taxi. I was buzzing in the taxi. I couldn't wait to start. I had a great night's sleep the night before.
It was like a kid on Christmas morning.
Yeah, it just felt like everything had just come together at the right time. My legs felt really good, but we were stood around in that pen for about 45 minutes.
There was a lot of standing around, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I think that if they had it where we even went in 15 minutes after, it felt like they didn't need to get us into them pens that early. And then, I went off. Everything was going completely on target. I was having fuel every 20 minutes. I was trying to get round about a sub 20 every 5k. Checking my watch, heart rate was fairly reasonable. And then I had a gel at, I think it was my 35k, and I just had my caffeine gel at 2 hours. About 2 hours 20, I had my other gel, and I felt it go down and it hit my stomach, and it felt like someone was stabbing me in my stomach. And straight away I just went, it's not going this, and it's the worst stitch I've ever had that comes at the worst time. I think I'd already passed the East Cheshire lot by that point, so it was after then. I think it was like just as I got onto...
Mile 20 when they saw the East Cheshire crew, wasn't it?
Was it 20 or 20? Because it was just as you go into Stratford.
I thought it was going to be 22, so I was shocked when it was 20. I looked at my watch, it was 20.
So, yeah, I think it was just as I got into Stratford and I'd had that gel. I was very thankful that I'd ran the last 4 mile the Wednesday before. I ran the last 4 miles of the marathon, so I knew what was coming, and I felt like it had gone down really quick. But yeah, the stitch, I was keeled over. My pace just dropped off a cliff. But I still had it in my legs. I felt like I could still keep going, but the stitch really did just stop me in my tracks.
First time that's happened?
First time I've had a stitch that bad, yeah. But I stopped a couple of times just to try and stretch out, because we've mentioned it before that when you get a stitch, because it's basically a muscle cramping, if you try and stretch your stomach out, but I couldn't even do that. Like even now, like stretching, it's really sore. So I think I know what it was. I think it was because I had 2 Imodium that morning to be on the safe side. So I think that was what caused it.
I had 2 Imodium though.
No need to brag.
Oh no, I had problems in other ways, didn't I? So, but what I mean is,
I think because I'd had
anything, couldn't it?
I'd had 1 in training before, and that had been fine. It might have been the time that I'd taken it. There's loads of factors, and unfortunately with a marathon,
it could just be completely unrelated.
Exactly. You just never know.
you're under a lot of stress in a marathon, aren't you?
Yeah. Could have been absolutely anything, yeah.
But yeah, so the plan going in was to go 1:24 for the first half and 1:23 for the second half. When I hit I think I hit just under 1:24 as I went over the halfway mark, and I just thought to myself, I'm quite happy at this pace. I know that I won't be able to up it and keep a higher pace. So I thought, right, I'll just keep at this. And then just after halfway, you've got it where you go onto a really long open road just after halfway, and I felt really exposed, and I started having negative thoughts. And then I remembered what James said, that he says halfway through, "You're doing well." He says it to himself, and I shouted that out. I got a few weird looks from people, and then and
the crowd were probably thinking, we are doing well.
They all need a medal. But yeah, and then going up Brooklands, I was fine. It was all the pace was hitting it, but yeah, it was just the cramp, I think, that's floored me, unfortunately.
You forget how long that road is, Brooklands.
Yeah, it's like
I found a lot of it was long stretches. Every time I looked up, there was just like long stretch of tarmac.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, they've clearly picked that route because it's very quick, but
yeah.
There were a few sneaky little hills though.
Yeah, they weren't. I think they weren't too bad. There was a couple of ones when you're going over the tram tracks, aren't there? And then you've got to go back over.
When you're running 26 miles, there's bound to be the odd incline.
Yeah. But I think, but yeah, and then I got home last night. I finished in 2:51:53.
What was your target?
My target was 2:48. It was sub 2:50, but the target that we had was 2:48.
Right.
But I got home and there was loads of people messaging me, and Sam Mabbott messaged me and he said, like, "How do you feel?" I went, "Mate, I'm devastated." And they kind of put it in perspective, the fact that it had gone so wrong in the marathon, yet I was only 20 seconds off a PB. So it just shows that I am in good shape, and it's just one of them things that happens on the day. So
it's awful at the time, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then once the dust settles and you look back, it never seems as bad. But at the time, it's just awful, isn't it?
I think the worst thing is when you're in control and you're running well, and then something that's out of your control happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and the race goes to pot. And
it's
when it happens late on.
Yeah.
It's
frustrating. Do you feel you put all that work in and it's gone so well?
Yeah. I'd even looked at if there was a marathon soon that I could get into, but I'm not even entertaining that idea now. So so for me, it's just one of them things. Feedback on Manchester Marathon, I thought the start was poor on us getting penned in so early. I thought the route was really good. It was well supported when we needed it. I think the last 2 or 3 miles could have had a little bit more. I enjoyed going over the bridge in Hume.
Yeah.
That was quite good. But it's the Adidas Manchester Marathon and the T-shirts that we get are some absolute garbage that you couldn't even get over your head.
You should get a technical T-shirt, really, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they've really let themselves down there.
Off, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good marathon if you're wanting a good fast flat marathon.
Just looking at elevation on your Strava column, for some reason you've got like 748 feet of climbing. Katie's got 371. So you got the right way?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm just gonna say.
Me and Helen went
James
the wrong way.
Hartshorne asked me to ask you, Katie. Has anyone ever gone the wrong way in a marathon?
How can you go the wrong way?
Katie went the wrong way.
I know.
Right.
But the longer way round, people had to shout us back. Me and Helen, we had to run over a flower bed. I don't even know how we went wrong. There was no, how can you go wrong in a marathon? I know.
It's easy to do in small races, isn't it?
I don't even know where it was.
No, I know where that flower beds are. Is it in the centre of Altrincham?
It might be, because we went down and it was dead busy then, in a busy bit. But just before you went down, we carried on running and the crowds then were there and they shouted us. And we had to run back. I was like, how has this happened?
I'm just having a look on your Strava. I've got to try and find that. But anyway, I'm finished with my update.
It was literally when I say we didn't go far.
Have you finished, Callum?
I think I have.
Yeah. No, well done. I thought you did really well.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just celebrate a good block.
Absolutely.
It's one of the best blocks you've put together.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And like I said, it wasn't even I didn't feel overconfident. I just felt excited about
put
the
you
day.
in that position though.
Yeah.
And like I say, you can control the controllables on race day. That's all you can do, really.
Yeah, and I always think with a marathon, like obviously, like you've had a good run there. I know you didn't quite get the PB, but I always think a marathon, the training's never wasted because you're going to carry that strength into the summer now.
Yeah,
and that could set you up for a really good summer.
Yeah, I've started to look at races as well, like into summer, but I really want to get into the local races. There's quite a few that are coming up. Like we mentioned the Stride Through the Woods. We've mentioned Millbrook Monster. We've got Dovestone Diamond, but I don't think I can make that now. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so me, so Callum, we went down together, didn't we? There was a lot of hanging around, but I think I was quite lucky being in White Wave because it didn't feel too like cramped, so it was quite spacious. But being me, I didn't really have a plan as to, on reflection, I don't know if that helped or not. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I just thought, I'll just see how I feel. So I did. So I set off with Helen. We didn't plan to run together. We were just in the start together. But we literally just started chatting and just ran together. And I wasn't even looking at my watch. We just ran at a pace that felt comfortable. And it did feel comfortable. So, but it was faster than what my marathon pace should be. But it felt fine, literally, to like halfway. And then when we got to halfway, I think Helen wanted sub 3, really. She's done 3:01, but she's not had the best block. So again, she wasn't sure what kind of place she was in. But then at halfway, I think she felt good, so kicked on. So I just told her to go because I didn't want to go faster than that pace we were going. So we'd ran all the way to halfway, fine. And I just carried on then at that pace. And it felt dead comfortable. I was dead pleased. And then literally mile 16, just got cramp in both my legs. Again, as I always do. And then you can see, literally, it was like, looks like a car crash. My pace just went.
Was it your
both
calf?
My calves, yeah. But normally I can feel it coming in my foot. I didn't get any of that. Just literally both my calves. And I had to like pull over to the side. And you can see on the video then when I'm like, cause somebody said, why were you running like so close to the edge? But I kept thinking I was going to trip up because I had to keep doing like a gallop, like because it was as if my body was telling me to stop. But I was just trying to keep running. But I literally, everything else was fine. I felt like I could run. Everything else felt fine, but my legs just wouldn't let me. So I was really pissed off at the time. And I did my usual. Then I was just, like I say, I was just running along the edge. Josh shared a video with me where, and you can see me, someone was giving pickle juice, shots of pickle juice. I even grabbed a shot of pickle juice and had that because that's supposed to help with cramp, isn't it? But actually I nearly choked on it because it's really strong.
It's pickle juice.
Took my breath away. Like
the last thing you need in a marathon.
Distracted me for a minute, but it didn't help with a cramp.
Whose idea with that?
Well, that's what they have, don't they? Ultra marathoners have like pickle juice, yeah. So there was somebody had a tray and they had shots of it. That was about mile 20, but yeah, I nearly choked on it. But I'd done everything again, so again, my pictures are just so not flattering that because I had 500 millilitres of sodium with the Precision Fuel in my hand, 250 millilitre bottles in my pockets. Then James gave me another 500 ml. So I had 1,500 millilitres.
During the actual
race of
That's a lot of fluid,
1,500. And I carried 5 salt tablets for spare just in case. From 20 miles I had all 5.
You're probably massively dehydrated for all the salt.
Then you think, don't you do have too much? But you do anything at that point, don't you? Once the cramp's already there.
How much fluid did you take in a marathon, Dave, in your rock and roll days?
Not a lot.
Very little, in all honesty. Very, very little.
Hydrated before
you go in. That's what I mean, and that's why...
Hydrate before you go in. And London was great because you get water every single mile. And I would always aim to take a bottle at every mile, but it would literally just be a...
That's what I saw people going to. So like I said, I was running with Helen, and when we went to the water stops, obviously I wasn't taking her to carry me home, but she'd have a swig and then just throw it. She hardly took on anything. And I was thinking, and I had a gel every 4 miles.
I think the key is you've got to go into the race well hydrated.
I did.
But not over hydrated because that can cause.
So the night before I'd had a Precision Fuel 1,500. The morning off I'd had a Precision Fuel 1,500, and then and I felt absolutely fine. It literally just come on from nowhere.
Do you not find you need in the toilet all the time with that?
No, I didn't go to the toilet till about 8 o'clock last night.
Where's it all going?
I know. That's why
I'm
interested to do the sweat test to see, because again, that's what everyone keeps saying. You must be dehydrated. How can I be taking all that? Honestly, if you see me with them pictures, I've got water everywhere, and I literally sipped every last bit and then threw the.
I mean, I think it's pretty much impossible that
can't be
dehydrated,
that, can
taking all that. What are they going to say to you? You have to take another litre.
I know.
I mean, what's it going to be?
I've never seen it. It is a lot. I know.
I bet you've not been on nights out when you've got that much to drink, have you?
I didn't take. Oh no, I took less than a swig of a bottle.
Yeah.
Through the whole of the marathon.
So it can't be that, can it? But then again, I think maybe did I go out? It felt all right, the pace, but was it too fast for what my body can manage? But then I've gone out slower and still had the same. So again, I felt all right. And that's the annoying thing. And that's why, again, if you'd have said to me last week, you'd get 3:08, I'd have been over the moon with that, because I didn't think...
Which, by the way,
I didn't believe in myself.
2-minute PB.
I know.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe in myself I could get close to that 3:10 again. So I would have been over the moon. But I do feel like I could have got more.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what pisses
me
off.
Said this all along, haven't we? It's there.
But again, everyone can say that, can't they?
Yeah.
Again, looking back.
Yeah. But then you could kind of review this week and then change something for London so fast as well. You've got that turnaround where you can probably look over London last year, Berlin last year, and Manchester. You've got 3 marathons in probably the case of about just over 12 months.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a good idea to try and go out as fast as I did in Manchester, in London.
But you could still go out at PB
if
pace.
my body wouldn't have given up. I feel like I could have done faster in Manchester, but the chances of doing that a week after.
You can ease into it a little bit more in London, can't you? Because it's slightly downhill, so you could probably run within yourself, but still be moving. And even if you go through 5k, 30 seconds to a minute down, that's nothing.
Yeah.
So you could actually, I would probably say do that. Go just say you're going to go through a little bit slower through 5k.
Yeah.
See how you feel and go from there.
Yeah.
But we all know Katie, she'll go out at PB pace.
Do not go through 5k.
I'm not going to. I know that I can't do that.
Especially with having this race in your legs. You just need to give yourself every chance.
Because like my legs feel all right. I'd feel all right now, but this is what happens when I get from the cramp. My calves feel like they're bruised. You know what I mean? Like they feel all right. I could go for a run, but they feel like bruised. So I know internally.
Yeah,
like they will.
You probably do want to, because you're running again. You do want to do a little jog at some point this week, don't you? So
shakeout run.
So but again, I'm just. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Which is, and I'm glad that I did do Manchester, because I know I was umming and ahhing. Should I have just gone? But if I'd have been in this position now and I'd just have ran London like I did this weekend and got my 2-minute PB and then given up Manchester and my England best, I probably would have. And I'm glad. I feel like I didn't mind Manchester. It wasn't my favourite. I do enjoy. It's more than just a run for me. I enjoy going away for the weekend and the whole weekend of the majors. I didn't really like the things that a lot of people like about Manchester, sleeping in your own bed and all that kind of stuff. But the course was all right and it was supported in place. But I feel like I've ticked it off. I'm in no rush to do it again. I would rather do the majors. And again, you never know. Like, I always thought this before, but 3:08 is a championship time at the minute, isn't it? Unless they change the. So then I can do London next year, which will then be my 10th London, and then maybe I can retire.
So you don't have to wait long for your next major either, do you?
No. Yeah. So. But yeah. So I am happy now, but. Yeah, at the time, I was just so annoyed because I felt like I was going so slow. And I mean, I was going, my pace had really dropped, but it was like I wanted to go faster, but I just couldn't. I was like literally galloping.
I think looking at the pace then, you went out at like 6:50s. That's like what's that, like sub 3:05 pace.
Yeah, I think we went through half in about 1:30, just over 1:30.
Yeah. You could probably go out at like 7s for London. 7:05 and just try and stick to that.
Yeah.
That'd be, and then see where your cramp takes you then. It's going to take you to the finish line.
Motivational speech. You'd be a running coach.
I am known for motivational speaking.
But yeah, again, I feel like there's no pressure now going into London. I'm looking forward to going, and I've got loads out of it, like with the Puma stuff, and I'll still have an amazing weekend. And obviously, everyone knows I love London, so it'll just be amazing anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well done on your PB.
Thank you. Yeah.
PB's a PB.
Exactly.
Only problem is the plan was to run 3 minutes off London, so you could have really just waited back for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But have they got your PB in writing from before the marathon?
Yeah,
will it be off that PB?
I did check. It was it's your PB that you applied with. So even
nice.
It's the 310.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case.
Yeah.
So the 308 doesn't matter.
Well, it does. Because you've got
a really good PB. So if by a miracle I could run 307,
but it will give you confidence as well.
Well, it shows you can do it.
Yeah.
And it had to be in the back of your mind that you had another marathon the following week. You're not gonna bury yourself.
No, but honestly, I felt fine. I didn't. I know Helen's faster than me, but I didn't. We were just chatting, and it felt comfortable.
But it should.
And you were carrying a litre of water.
I know, that's what everyone said. Honestly, my shorts are really falling down.
You don't need to do that in London because they'll provide the water, so that'll save you loads of time.
Dave didn't drink that much on his own.
Can't be dehydrated, can I? Surely. Oh God. Anyway, over to you two.
Sean, do you want to go as we're on the theme of marathons?
Yeah. So it's London Marathon this weekend. Yeah. So since the last episode, did I cover that last final big session I did? Can't remember. So anyway, I did a last session for 5 by.
If it was the one that you did with Carl Hardman, then yes, you covered it.
No, it was the one after.
I don't think you did that.
So that was 5 by 3 miles, biggest session I've ever done that. And I did drop off a little bit, so went at around 6 minute pace for the first couple of reps, and probably dropped down to about 6:10 in the last one. But you know what, I was pretty pleased with that because I was running solo on the last one, and volume's been pretty good since then as well. I've been doing, as you've probably seen in my Strava, a couple of double threshold days as well, which I've really enjoyed them. And if you get the intensity right in them, i.e. you're not running too hard, it's doable. You know what I mean? When you first think about that, you think, oh, it's just a fast track for an injury, that. But the whole point of me going with this coaching was to avoid that. The training's still hard, but it's just more intelligent on training. So it's doable. So actually training's gone really well. Of course, I've got this issue with my iron levels, which is getting better. I've got another test this Wednesday, but I probably won't get the results of that. It's more investigatory, that, rather than to see how it's going.
Yeah, I think last time you talked about the diagnosis, but your iron levels have gone up, haven't they?
They've gone up, yeah. So last time they went from 25 to 36, and that 36 was maybe nearly 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah. And what would be an acceptable level?
50 apparently.
50, yeah.
So if I can get it to,
you're halfway there.
Yeah, if I can get it to 50, I should see some performance gains. And I also went to the Nuffield Health at Manchester Institute of Sports Science and had a lactic threshold test and VO2 max test, which what an experience that was. I know we've had this done before, but there was a bit of a different setup, and on the threshold test you have the gas mask on. It's not a gas mask, it's a mask that reads the gas that you breathe out and breathe in. So what they're doing in there is they're measuring as the intensity increases, seeing how much oxygen you're breathing out to carbon dioxide. So you basically, once it gets to a point where you're breathing out not enough oxygen or whatever, I don't know, you start to see that you've reached your threshold. So you're seeing some a lot more data and a lot more live data. So when I left there, I had a lot more of an understanding of what the test was doing.
Oh, good.
So definitely recommend it to anybody who is interested in that. I knew the VO2 max test was going to be hard, but I'd probably not prepared myself for how hard that actually is. So what they do, they put you on the treadmill after you've done the threshold test, which I did about 8 miles worth of running on the threshold test. And you're back on. And they set the treadmill at, for me, it might be a different pace for everyone else, but with me, they set it at 6:45 pace for your first. And then they just gradually increase it, 1% all the time. And you've just got to maintain 6:45s. But you literally, absolutely blowing out your arse, you know what I mean? And they just keep going, 30 more seconds, Sean. And then again, I'm telling you now, it got to 30 seconds and it went, another minute. I was like, come on, they're winding me up. And it was like just slavering all sorts coming out at the end of this mask. And then I didn't stop though. I refused to be beaten by the thing. Then eventually they stop it because they can just see on the data that you've blown a gasket, you know what I mean? And then that's it. You sort of compose yourself, and they talk you through the results and what it means. So you get a full report a couple of weeks after. But basically, what's happened with my physiology, and it is as a result of the iron, it just means my LT1, which is basically where you first start to increase lactate, like low. It's like low end of your threshold, I suppose. It's fine. But my LT2, which is is the top end, has come down. So it was 168 beats per minute, and now it's like 162 beats per minute.
All right.
So if I go out in the marathon at that old heart rate, I would just be blowing up, which is what I've been doing, you know, in the 10k as well.
Yeah.
These other race distances. So that should come back. But what it's done, it's given me some nice data to work with going into London. So I don't know what pace I'm going to be able to do in London, but I do know what heart rate I'm going to do.
All right, so you're going to run on heart rate?
Yeah. So I'm just going to religiously run on heart rate. So I've got heart rate thresholds that...
My heart rate was 198 yesterday.
Did you run with a chest strap
no,
for accuracy?
No.
Yeah.
What 100% won't be right, that. They're so off the optical wrist ones.
It's high though,
You need
isn't
to
it?
get a thingy one.
You just need to get proper heart rate data. If you're interested in it. If you're not
I'm
interested
not really,
in it...
that's the thing, I'm not really.
I think you either need to measure it properly or ignore it.
I just know mine's quite high. They've said that when I've had it tested.
Yeah,
it's really
like
low
160,
really high.
1 or 2 to me now is top of my LT2, but that might not even be breaking sweat for you. We're all wired up differently. So basically I'm just going to run a heart rate and we'll see what the paces that throws out on the day.
You got a target time in mind, Sean, or are you not going to put that out there?
Well, I'd love to run faster than I did in Valencia.
Yeah.
So 2:42, 49 I think I ran in Valencia.
Yeah.
I'd love to run faster than that.
We go into races with A goals, B goals and C goals normally where...
I mean, it's crazy.
This would be a disappointment.
A bit of an unknown
this would be
I'm
happy, this would be okay.
If you'd have asked me 18 months ago, I'd have wanted 2:36, you know, because I run low 2:37.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's just gone backwards. My training's gone, not my training, but my physiology's gone backwards. And
but the iron has obviously had a big impact on that.
On a positive, I feel good. Training's gone really well. I'm not got any niggles. So I've got a good plan for the race and know what I'm going to do with my carbs and everything else. And this will be my 43rd marathon, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty... I think my A goal, if I was going to pick one, would just be to execute a good race. You know, if I can run that pretty even, not blow up, and just try and pull off a good race, really, and hopefully I get a good time. Conditions are looking really good at the minute.
Are they? I've not even looked.
It's early days, isn't it? It could change one way or the other, but it's unlikely to change dramatically.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to get a storm or a heat wave, I don't think, at this stage. It's looking pretty good weather.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah. So, Dave, how's the Tour de France call-up come in?
Well, there's no marathon from me. I do keep forgetting to change my rides to run because the default setting on my watch is for run. So
Matt Collery will be on to you.
I know. Luckily, I have my watch set to private, and then I physically make them public, to followers. So it does keep coming up that because I am doing 25 to 30 miles on most of my rides. So it does keep coming up that I've done a run of around the marathon distance. At some
historic
crazy
proportions.
So still injured. The longest I'd ever had out off running in my 30 years was 12 days prior to this, and we're now on day 58. So
how are you feeling about it as well?
Well, at first, obviously, it's been the approach I've had when I've had injuries in the past, but I've never had anything like this that's lasted this long. So at first it was the approach that I just want to get back as soon as possible. But I think this is definitely one, from speaking to Duncan, where a bit more patience is required, because he was saying if you come back too soon from this, it'll just reoccur. So the strategy we've gone for is that I will return to running when I'm not feeling any sign of it at all, and B, when I feel strong enough in terms of the rehab I'm doing to get going again. And I do feel like I'm getting there now, because when I have there was a period even a week ago where I would feel it every single day at some point during the day, whereas now I can actually go a couple of days and not feel it, and then it'll just kind of niggle again a little bit. What I have done over the last week is I've reduced the amount of walking I was doing, because I just thought in the back of my mind maybe it shouldn't have dragged on quite this long. So as much as I thought doing a lot of walking might help the return to running, I thought maybe I just need to sort of switch it back the other way and do a bit more cycling and a bit less running. So that's one change I have made over the last week. But yeah, the one thing I have noticed over the last few weeks is I'm actually getting a bit better on the bike. But I guess when you're doing it that often, it's probably going to happen. Yeah. But yeah, when I first started, I was averaging about 12 mile an hour on the bike. I'm averaging about 16 mile an hour now, which is quite an increase.
Certainly stay fit on the bike, just because it's an easy effort level, but you're doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
So you're building.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how accurate it is with the calories, but I was looking at my Strava today. I cycled to work and about 15 miles each way. Yeah. And it was saying each one was 1,200 calories burned, which is like quite a lot.
It's just duration, and it's all like power based running, cycling, isn't it?
Yeah, and particularly when you get to hills, you do feel like your legs are working especially hard. So a few of my friends who do cycling, who do a mix of cycling and running, have said, to really get the benefit on the bike, you need to be attacking hills and doing a lot of them. Most of my rides are pretty flat on the whole, but I'm like I say, I'm certainly not rushing back. My aim is to be back fit and healthy for the cross-country season, to get a base in before then. So I'll need to, if I'm going to hit the cross-country season all guns blazing, probably do need to be back I would say in the next 8 weeks, but I really don't. I'd like to think it'd be sooner than that now, because
I think because of all your years of running, once you get back into some training, it'll soon come back.
Yeah, and I've when I've been injured in the past, yes, it's only been maximum of 2 weeks, but I've not really done anything in that time. I've just rested. Whereas this time I've been physically active the entire time. There's very few days in those 58 where I've not been for a bike ride or a walk. I've done one of the two. So I'm probably doing 2 hours of exercise every single day, be it a walk or a ride.
I hope you're keeping up the strength work.
I am.
Good lad.
Yes. It's vital.
Yeah. I mean, Duncan did say that was going to be critical to getting back, because he said ultimately it'll just break down again. If
you're getting better at that wall one that you do.
Oh yeah, that was impossible to start with. But feeling a lot more positive. But best of luck on Sunday, Sean, and well done to you guys.
We didn't mention Boston Marathon, so Boston Marathon took place today, and we just want to give a couple of shout outs. So Callum Rowlinson today ran 2:22. It's going to tick over in a second. 52. Andy Sykes ran 3:04.50 of East Cheshire Harriers, and then we've got a couple more. I'm just trying to find them.
Paul Banham as well, I can mention, from Hatton Running.
Yeah.
2:48.40.
Matty Lever, 2:52.28 as well. So some really, really good runs in Boston. So I know it's quite hot off the press because we're recording on Monday night. But have you guys got any that you can think of anymore? Sean, scrolling.
Yeah, I was looking for one of our future guests around today.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
But I can't see a time.
I can't see a time now.
Well, it'll be a surprise when she comes on and she can tell us all about it.
Well done to everyone that ran Boston and Manchester, and good luck to everyone that's running London. In our next interview, we'll have a Salford Harrier who stepped into the world of ultras. It was our first ever in-person interview in the loudest pub in the world on a Wednesday night. He has PBs of 5k 14:20, 10k 29:20, half 65:22, marathon 2:19:33, 50k 2:58:46, 100k 6 hours 31 minutes and 4 seconds. So we'll be welcoming back and speaking to Dave Barrett.